Hello everyone, Zoe is here with another video and another guest. Today I'm gonna interview Omid Karr, who is a data scientist in Switzerland with many years experiences. If you want to know how to be a data scientist, you should watch this video. Hi Omid, how are you? Thank you for joining us today.
Hi, Zain. No worries. Thank you. My pleasure.
Thank you. So, Omid, to start, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself and your career journey, please?
Yes, of course. So, my name is Omid, obviously, and my background, I guess, is in mathematics, applied mathematics and computer science, where I did my bachelor's and master's studies back in Iran, and followed by a few years of industry experience as a consultant in analytics. After that, I moved on to Australia to do my PhD, and my PhD research was really focused on application of predictive modeling and mathematical optimization to engineering field. And after that, I did a couple of years of postdoctoral research back in academia, and then I decided to move to industry about 6 or 7 years ago. And since then, I have been working as a data professional or data scientist, working with many different industries, including manufacturing, engineering, finance and banking and insurance and retail, energy and utility, and so on. Currently, I'm heading the advanced analytics function of a large international reinsurance company, and basically leading the whole function across the Asia Pacific region.
That's true. Wow. Lots of great experiences. That's amazing. Good on you.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's awesome. So, my next question is, do you think the background is quite crucial for someone who want to be a data scientist? Can you please elaborate for us how far the background is important for someone who want to be a data scientist? Like, do they have to have a mathematic background or a computer background, or like someone has chemistry background? Are they able to be a data scientist?
Okay. Honestly, data science and being a data scientist today really reflects on a very, very wide spectrum of jobs and skills and employment opportunities, if you wish. So when you ask me about being a data scientist and the background, I guess pretty much anyone, you would be able to find samples of pretty much anyone with any background can do data stuff. However, that being said, I think having the background in some sort of analytical fields, such as most STEM-related fields of studies, would definitely benefit the person. Not only accelerates their achievements and their going forward in the career, but also I think make it a little bit easier to pick up on new things.
That's true.
So I do believe that having a relevant background would help you. I honestly believe that. But again, that doesn't mean that because I would regard data science as a skill more than anything else. So if it's a skill, then you can learn to pick it up. But to become a proper data scientist as a career, you might need some fundamentals. Absolutely.
That's true. Yeah. So people from that kind of like different background, like not a STEM category, I think they need to do a little bit more kind of like hard working to get to the
true. By the way, again, as I said, say we pick up something completely irrelevant, like the social sciences. Okay. So if you do social sciences, can you still do data science? Absolutely can. But the difference is that you might not be counted as a hardcore data scientist with all the computer programming and computer science and mathematics. but you are rather a domain expert in that social science who can all have the literacy of data and analytics. Might not be too advanced, but still can pick up data, can analyze, and can make use back in your domain of knowledge. And that still makes data science part of your skill set, but probably not your full career picture. Whereas we have dedicated data scientists, the whole career picture is all the hardcore stuff that involves in data science.
That's exactly right. Perfect. So how about online courses? Do you think like these people who want to be a data scientist with any background, do you think with online courses, they are able to achieve their goal?
Okay. That's actually a great question. That's I've been asked that type of questions quite a few times so far. And that's actually a good question. The short answer is yes. Mm-hmm. Our world is going toward an open source, equal opportunity, and hence everything and knowledge, even the whole knowledge base of the human is becoming open source and becoming available to everyone. So yes, the short answer is yes in that sense of things. However, I do strongly recommend to data science aspirants to make sure that when they want to pick up online learning or online courses that are freely available or maybe a few bucks and many other material that are, make sure the quality is there. And for that, they need to obviously, I always suggest that pick up some mentors in the field. Make sure that you get guidance on about the quality of the courses, and not only the quality but also the relevance to what you want to do. So try to specialize rather than go and everything with a data science term in the middle. You go and pick it up. Not really. Decide what you want to do. Decide the specialization and go and get your learning in that. So I guess that will make a better pathway, more robust and more easier to achieve what you want, I guess.
That's perfect. That was a great answer. So how about the skill? Like, what skill do you think is important for these people to make sure like they are able to be a data scientist? Is there any specific software or any specific knowledge that they have to have?
Well, I gotta repeat a statement from before. Data science do cover a wide spectrum of skills and knowledge. So, I guess for that reason, I'd say as you could deduce the skill sets that are required. The box is quite actually varied and could be big. However, if I want to just give a few fundamental pieces. I would definitely pick up the basics in terms of the math and the stats and probability as a fundamental piece that you need to have. So I don't necessarily say you go too advanced in that, but you might need to, depending on the specialization later on. But to start with, you need to have that basic level of math, including linear algebra, calculus, and discrete mathematics. And statistics and probability. So I honestly don't believe that anyone can go far in that the data science career without actually having that background. So go and make sure that you know the basics. Again, don't go too advanced, but you know the basics to start and understand the algorithms. And then the next bit is about the realm of computer science, if you wish. So you need to have understanding about data and algorithms as fundamental blocks of this skill set and data science itself. But also computer programming will take you far. If you know computer programming, and by means of computer programming, I don't mean you are a software developer. Not really. Just know how to script things, how to just a popular language, Python, something like that would do. Again, start from basics and you grow there. But also one another tier of skills that you would need that is usually, unfortunately, not being highlighted enough, my point of view, is the softer skills. So as a data scientist, softer skills is super important, although I know that in many other fields it is the same.
Right.
But for data science in particular, it's very important. Softer skills, including communication. So you, even if you're the hardcore, the top tier data science level, and you can't really communicate your your knowledge, communicate the results, communicate what you can do with your models, with your fancy models, it's not going to worth that much to a business. So communication, problem solving, so understanding to be able to have that critical thinking outside the box, understanding the problem, and finally business acumen. That is super important in terms of, because you're not there. So if you are thinking about a career, so if you're doing this for fun, then go and do fun, have fun.
That's true.
Don't worry about it. But if you want to have a career out of this, you want to be paid to do what you love to do. That's really important for that people that want to pay you, that to be able to get benefit from what you do. So make sure that whatever you do can translate in a good way to business outcomes. So have that understanding from the domain that you're working in, from what data it's populating there, what sort of analytics, what sort of problems, what sort of metrics they're looking at to measure the success. So I think that this, I'll kind of put all of these under softer skills, and that's absolutely an important and significant part of your skill sets that you're going to need to become a successful data scientist.
That's exactly right. That was such a highlight. Like, I hear from a lot of people who are like data analysts, or they are kind of like in computer field and they want to be a data analyst or data scientist. Like, that's what they always say. They're like, I already learned about R, Python, Tableau, Power BI. What else do you think I have to learn? And I'm like, so how about your softest skill? Like, it's not only about technical part. Don't be focused on learning all softwares on the world. There would be a new one soon in the future and you wouldn't know how to work on it. It's all about logic, but work on your softest skill, which is very important.
Absolutely. Because from whatever you want to do, there are multiple tools available to be able to do the same thing. And really, does it make you way hotter in the market to know 5 of those tools, or you really know your way around and do anything you want with just one of them? So for example, you mentioned Power BI and Tableau. Okay, both of them are great tools. Both of them are great for visualization, but really it wouldn't take you too far if you know both of them. I'd rather have someone that knows back and forth Tableau or the other one, and know why they want to do a visualization, how to do a visualization, and even if without those tools, they can still provide good visualization stories. For me, that is the skill that I would need in a business, rather than the tools always make it a little bit fancier, but that's not all about it.
Exactly right. Yeah, that was such a highlight. Thank you. So getting to this point, like, Omid, if you want to interview someone, what is the most important part for you? Like, as I've noticed now, knowing more about software and stuff is not that much important for you. So what really matters for you to kind of like hire someone? And like, putting it in another word, if someone has kind of like some individual project but not university qualification, like someone is very successful on Freelancer or on GitHub, so are they able to secure the job? Like, if you want to interview such a person like that, do you trust them and give the job to them?
Absolutely. So for me as a manager, again, that doesn't mean that university qualification is not good. I still regard it as good start. So it doesn't mean that our university graduates are disappointed because they don't have GitHub project. Exactly. But I think in that sense, for me, the artifacts that you generate to be able to show what you can do and what you know, anything is good. whether that is your university assignment project, work in a team, whether it's a project on GitHub, whether you contributed to an open source package somewhere on some GitHub repo or a Bitbucket repo,
Exactly.
or you did freelance work. So I guess for me as a manager, then again, if I put myself in that situation, I would definitely need to see artifacts of the person to kind of represent what they can do, how they can think, and I would definitely need to see. That's important for me to see their personal touch on that, because unfortunately, rightly or wrongly, there is a lot of copying and pasting happening in the. Well, I do that by myself, by the way. That doesn't mean that when you have to, you go and pick up Google things and pick
something
up
from Stack Overflow.
Yeah, absolutely. That I use it on a daily basis, so that no shame in that. But when you want to present yourself and your resume, your profile as a data professional, data scientist, then I need to be able to see those type of artifacts. And that artifact, yes, could be well leveraged using your university degree. Fine, if you have that. But if you don't have, I don't really care. I'm not looking for a PhD or other specific university degrees. I do look for your artifacts, what you generated, where you generated value. So that's from the point of view of basically showcasing your skills.
That's true.
But also from the softest skills that I might be emphasizing it too much now. But again, as a manager, that is exactly what I'm currently managing. About a team of 19 across the region, in several countries now. And I do really need to be able to do my job. I do really need to be able to rely on them. And to be able to rely on them means they need to have these qualities, they need to know how to do teamwork.
That's exactly.
And also how to do their part to contribute to team. So that is super important for me, to be able to make sure that I can deliver the projects by the deadline and to a good quality. And also I need to know that they can communicate to the stakeholders. They can manage the stakeholders. The stakeholders are not all of them are data scientists, so some of them do not really have that depth in the knowledge. But you still need to get their approval, get their agreement. So how would you do that? Give me a situation. So that's why I think a good chunk of my interviews personally involve the type of soft skill interview questions that give me a situation where and that situation doesn't really need to be in a workplace, because you might be a data science aspirant, not really have that direct, but you have done these type of projects on GitHub. You might have been part of a team on Kaggle and learn how to do teamwork. That would do for me. But just show me, just give me the situation. I want to know your thinking. I want to know how you resolve negative situation, or how you actually approach problems. So those are the type of things that I would definitely seek to know the answer to in an interview with a candidate.
That was great. Thank you. So, Omid, how is the demand of being a data scientist job in Australia?
Cool. Well, I think Australia could be a little bit behind the more advanced countries like United States, probably, or China, in the front of in that data front and analytics front. But we're absolutely chasing, and we're absolutely gaining our momentum. And the numbers, the demand for data science, and in general, data and analytics professional have grown rapidly during the past 5 years. I've got actually a nice stats here from a Deloitte report in 2018, where they mentioned a growth of about 2.4% per annum for the demand in data science market, and the numbers they forecasted by 2022 will reach about 340,000 employment opportunities actually in the market. So I guess that's significant, and I think yes, that is significant. So the promise is there. The role is there, and let's face it, we are moving toward a smart world, digital smart world, where pretty much everything will be data based, data related, analytics, AI, IoT. These are all these fancy words that you keep hearing, and the absolute fundamental break for that would be data. Hence, if I think even outside the career world, to even survive as any career, you need to be data literate. Honestly, you need to start getting there. But for more dedicated people in data science, I guess the demand is absolutely promising, and the numbers are growing. In terms of the value of the market, if you wish, investments are flowing through the market for pretty much for all industries. Some of them are a little bit ahead, some of them a little bit behind. But again, overall, billions and billions of dollars are being injected in the industry. So the promise is there. I guess that's a great time for data science aspirants to make sure that they can actually grab a piece of pie from the industry
and they can get into the industry. That's amazing. So then how would be the kind of like working hours and job environment, and also like wages at the I know everyone working from home these days, but in general.
Yeah, but well, the COVID-19 situation aside, because that's absolutely an anomaly. Exactly. Might not be in the future, but I would say I think in terms of the type of the work and the work hours, to your point, it's actually quite a varied the arrangements we've got in industry today. We've got full time. We've got from permanent point of view, we've got full time, part time. And also we have got a lot of contract opportunities as well on the market as well. The thing is, compared to the engineering, I guess it's the data science is a type of thing that you can actually do remotely, and it's actually good with the type of working from home arrangements, and fewer touch points could be necessary. But again, then compared to something software development, it's probably need more touch points. So I guess somewhere in between a the traditional computers software development and full-on engineering. So somewhere in between, I guess, in terms of the touch points and the level of contact that you need. In terms of the wages, the numbers, the dollars, all important piece, I guess. Is again that the numbers are quite promising, I guess, depending really on the seniority level and the specialization in today's Australian market. On a permanent role, on a full-time basis, you might be able to get something in between 70 all the way up to 200 plus K for annual salary on a permanent basis, on a full-time basis. And on a contract basis, if you do contract, it might be anything, something between 400 all the way up to 1,500 daily salary, basically. That's those are some promising numbers. Again, comparing to I think in terms of the ratings, unfortunately I don't have a reference here, but I think a study that I read a while before, in terms of the comparing the industries and salaries, data science overall is sitting in like a third or fourth tier in terms of the income level in our country. Yeah, followed closely by medical. Yeah, exactly. just below medical and more of the medical side of things. Exactly. And then in terms of the more engineering and computer science side of things, I think it's a third or fourth place, which is again quite promising.
Yeah, that's true. Perfect. Thank you very much, Omid. Is there any other, you covered everything and I'm sure it's going to be very useful, but is there any other tip or advice that you're going to give to those students who are going to be graduate from university and looking for the job, and also those who immigrated from all different countries to Australia and they want to be a data scientist? Is there any other tip or advice for them?
Yes, actually, I think I might have, by the way, touched on some of this before, okay, but I do still like to insist on a few of them. So I guess, especially for more newcomers into the industry, or like fresh graduates, or even migrants that are now new to, might have had years of experience overseas, but now new to the market, I do strongly recommend. I can't recommend this enough. Do get a mentor. A mentor can help you absolutely significantly. So, there are some super nice and friendly data scientists in the industry. I know a lot of them, my colleagues, my peers, and they're willing to actually help the fresh graduates. Through your universities, there are mentorship programs available, and you can actually be connected to industry professionals, but a mentor can, again, you might be able to achieve things without a mentor. Yes, true, but a mentor would really keep you from wasting time and kind of point you in the right direction, rather than go and try this and try this and try this and trial and error. Will help you a little bit more optimized pathway toward what you want to achieve.
That's right.
So I think that's one of the things. So again, mentorship, one-to-one, or even I do suggest go and be part of meetups. There are a lot of good meetups around. Start your network. There are a lot of leaders on LinkedIn you can follow. You can get good material on there and good content, relevant content. So that's the first one. The second one is one thing that has been changing in the industry, in the data science world. About 7-8 years ago, when I started in the industry, maybe here in Australia, things were a little bit more general. What does that mean? Data science was mostly a general field. So as a data scientist, people would expect you to know machine learning, to know deep learning, to know optimization, to know statistics, probabilities,
and everything. That's right.
And blah and blah and blah. So you had a big breadth of things. You might have not enough depth in certain things, but you had a big breadth. Had to have the breadth of knowledge. So I think that has changed, and it's being changing as well. So it's now we're moving toward more specialized areas within data science. So that's something that I do, especially for our fresh graduates and people looking at starting in this field. Make sure that you find your interest and passion within the field, and find what area is closest to that, and then go and specialize in that. So we've got ML engineers. We've got ML ops. We've got data engineers. We've got visualization experts, and all these different sort of things are all used to be said data scientists. So now that's why I do recommend that it will certainly help you with the career and to pinpoint where you need to grow your skills, rather than just go and wildly go around and get confused. Yes. And finally is I think never stop learning. That will be pretty much for everything, I guess, today in today's world and the future. Reflects every other field, I guess, but it's the same for data science. Never stop learning. Not for as a fresh graduate, nor as a manager, nor as a senior manager, and all the way up. So you always need to learn. There are always new things, and you're growing rapidly in this field. So at least know your stuff. Keep up with the growth. Again, you don't need to be expert in everything, but just know the ideas to be able to relate with them. So yes, that's absolutely in one phrase I would say, never stop learning. That is
Amazing.
That is my motto anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That was very inspirational. Thank you very much, Omid. I really enjoyed, and I'm sure everyone who's gonna watch this, they're definitely gonna enjoy as well.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Zoe, from the time, and I do love to actually help the new fresh starters in the field. I do mentor people as well, myself, and whoever the audience of this video would be. Feel free to follow me on LinkedIn. Get in touch with me. I'm more than happy to give you hints and tips and bits and pieces about the industry, help you and mentor if you need to, or at least just shed some light and guide you in the right direction. I don't know the answer to everything, but I have a big network of professionals that might be able to help you. So more than happy to help our next generation data scientists. I guess that's what I'm passionate about. So really enjoyed chatting with you, and thank you for your invite again.
That's awesome. Thank you. So I provide your LinkedIn link in the below as well for everyone who's going to use it and be in touch with you in the future.
No worries at all. Thank you, Zoe. Thank you very much.
Okay, guys, hope you enjoyed watching the conversation. Please give me thumbs up if you like the video, and don't forget to subscribe me if you want me to produce more video like this for you. Thank you.